The subfloor is already done, and he didn't record any of it because his GoPro stopped working. Oh no, wait, it's not actually done. It's there's actually a lot to do still. What I did do though yesterday, I got a lot of work done. I got sunburned. Not sure if you can see, but I did get sunburned. I'm not sure how because I was in my bus the whole time, or at least most of the whole time. But I would maybe it was when I was like cutting out the wood. There. The wood to fit onto the floor so I can kind of put my insulation in. And yeah, I guess I did that. I was using 1x4s because I'm using some really thin insulation, the cheap thin stuff. You know me, to use the cheapest thing ever. But the reason I'm not using the thick insulation, it's all the way, it's the purple stuff all over there. Not sure if you can see it, but the reason I'm not using that is because if I did, I wouldn't hit my head on the roof. In fact, I'm pretty much hitting my head like with this, how it is. And I might use the purple stuff on this roof right here, but I'm looking at it now, and if I do, it will likely once again make me hit my head. So I don't want to hit my head. I would rather pour insulation over hitting my head, if you get what I mean. Like it's a trade-off, but we'll see what we can work with for the roof. Oh, I did take the roof down. I don't know, I mentioned it, and I cut my arm doing it, and what I had to do to get it out is I had to cut it up with the circular saw, and then I realized, oh, I can just rip this apart. So it was like all cut up, and like, oh wait, this is really thin material. So I did that. Maybe I should get rid of these wires from the roof, but that's another story for another time. What else am I gonna do? Oh, I got this really, really cheap plywood. Like the cheapest of the cheap. Look at this, it's basically paper. And you might be wondering, huh, when you step on that, it's just gonna crack into a million pieces. And you're probably right. But hopefully the plank vinyl flooring will, I don't know, add some hardness. I don't even know. I try to add a lot of the 1x4s for support, especially back there where my battery is gonna be. But yeah. Right now, I'm going to remove everything out, hopefully, and then I'm going to start cutting up the insulation so I can put it in the little squares I made. I never actually removed the metal back there, where the, I guess, wheelchair lift was, because that's a lot of work. But yeah, make sure to triple click the like button, because I will get sunburnt if you don't. Now, you might be wondering here, what is this maniac cutting with right now? I'm wondering the same thing. I think I was cutting with a putty knife, the same one I used for my broken window. It's not a knife for insulation. It's a knife for putty or something like that. And it just makes so much styrofoam, so much of a mess with the styrofoam. They got it all over my bus. I had to like sweep it all out, and there's still a lot there. But it took me like, I don't know, 2 more weeks until I actually got an actual razor blade. That's what you should be using, an actual razor blade to cut the styrofoam, don't be a maniac like me. I only got the razor blade to cut out the vinyl, but we'll see that in a later video. Another thing that Dan from the future notes here is that look at this flooring. It's absolutely disgusting. What am I doing here? But yeah, it has glue all over it. I didn't scrape off the glue because there's just stuff going on top of it, but you know, probably make it look nicer. It's also, I didn't really sweep it very well. I didn't paint it with anti-mold stuff. I didn't do a little bit of sealing on the sides because there were actual holes, but I don't think I actually sealed the holes where the seats were screwed into. I don't think I even sealed those, but that's probably not big of an issue because like a little bit of air is fine. Like if there's no air, then a lot of mold will grow. But yeah, I should have definitely painted this with anti-mold paints. You'll see in a future video that I actually painted the plywood on top of it. Spoiler alert, it's not bad. It's not the worst plywood, though I would get a little bit thicker plywood if you have a taller bus and you have plenty of room to stand. But yeah, I still stand by my choice to get this really thin plywood because the vinyl is pretty solid and I haven't really noticed too much of a cushioniness. So yeah, the wood, yeah, I could do larger, and I could have painted this with anti-mold stuff, but that's fine. Oh well. Actually, another regret I'm having right now, just looking at this video, is to see that little heater there. That was mounted underneath a seat. And yeah, you would say, yeah, you need heat in the winter. But I just bought a diesel heater, so I don't think I will need that one unless I'm driving. But yeah, that it takes up a lot of space. I'm trying to put the cabinets in right now, and it's hard to put them in a straight line because that is right in the middle of where I want to put the cabinets in. So I have two choices. I can either pull them out a little bit and just put that off to the side, or I can remove that heater. And I feel like I've already gone too far since the flooring's already in to remove the heater. So I'm going to have to waste a little bit of space because that heater is there. And the question still stands, what am I going to mount it to? And I don't have an answer for that right now. All right, so I have got all this insulation now. It's like the middle of summer and the middle of the day in Florida right now, so I'm like burning up still, but that's okay. But I have cut it all out. I mean, there's a little bit of holes. It's not perfect. I never claimed it to be perfect, but it is mostly there, and it'll mostly insulate the floors. So what is left for me to do with it now? Okay, I made a little bit of a mess over here because I don't have the framing perfect here, and that's kind of where the wheelchair lift was, but that's okay. I don't know if the plywood will just like immediately break over there, but excuse me, we'll see. So my plan now is, what is my plan now? Oh, right, I'm going to vacuum it all up. As you can see, there's a huge mess of like styrofoam everywhere. So vacuuming it up, and then what? What do I do? I can't even think. Just like the heat is getting to my brain. Maybe I should just wait to do this later, like when it's not as hot. So after I vacuum it up, I glue it in, and then I tape like the seams to make it like I guess a little bit airtight. I guess I don't know, but yeah, that is my plan. I can't make it completely airtight, but you know, maybe some like a vapor water barrier or something like that. That's probably a little bit more better than completely airtight. But there we go, that's what I'm gonna do. Start the gluing and start after the taping, and then I can probably put the plywood in. I don't know how much I'm gonna get done today, but we'll see. All right, so I glued pretty much half of them in, and then I ran out of glue. So instead of going to like Home Depot, because it's hot, I'm just going to test. I'm doing a science experiment since this YouTube channel is a science channel. I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm going to test, see if it really matters, the glue. I guess we'll see. I'm gonna tape everything down anyway, so the glue only helps, and it's like, I got everything except the back, and it's not like I'm gonna be even like walking on the back that much. So I think it should be fine. Like at least the front, yeah, I'll be walking, so like these won't slip around as much in the front. But I think it should be fine, but we'll see in like 5 to 7 years. If this bus lasts that long and I don't sell it by then. So I'm out of tape. What might have been like a minute for you was actually like 30 minutes to an hour for me or something like that. I don't know. Probably not an hour, but at least 30 minutes. Or at least it felt like it. But I've got most of it taped down. Of course the tape here isn't really like sticking because the metal's kind of like pushing it out. Can't do much about that, at least right now, unless I get more tape. But I don't think I'm gonna get more tape. I don't think this tape is actually gonna do much at all, really. It's probably the wrong tape for the purpose, but that's okay. An attempt was made, so we'll do another science project to see, you know, if this side, you know, I don't know, it's hotter, more leaks, more water. I don't know. I don't even know what the science project's about, but we'll see. I guess that's not really what science is about. But anyways, I think it's time I put the plywood in here and then pass out. From the heat, that is.